Is that your phone?
Yeah. Go.
Hi everybody. That's very quiet. We're trying to work out how to do a live. We've never done one before. I've got 3 people helping me, my wife and Davin. We're trying to work out how to make this work. So, there's somebody? Or is that Davin's phone? Now you've got all the notifications. All right. My name's Paul. Many of you, I can see Davin's head. Oh no, he's gone. A lot of people know me. A lot of people don't. I'm the kind of person that hangs out not on the stage, but on the dance floor. My wife's saying, look at the camera. On the dance floor, more so than on the stage, where everybody else did. I like to be on the dance floor, and I like to be with the people. So I want to do shows that I enjoyed. So, yeah. We're going to sort of make this slow so people can join if they're going to join. I'm hoping at least 3 people will listen. 2 of them are me and my wife, so 1 more, that's all we need. I've got a list of stuff about the history and also about the show tomorrow night, 8 p.m. And at the end we're going to have a special thing. Where'd the music go? That's all right.
Nobody else can hear it.
It was too quiet? All right.
Question.
All right, we're going to take questions from people that want to ask them. Davin's going to read them off the screen and then tell me as they go if they've got questions about the crap I'm talking about. And if they don't, then I'm going to read through a list of, anthems and why it's here and how I ended up here and why I'm doing this show, I guess. My wife says that we can hear me. Makes sense. Has anybody joined?
Yeah.
Oh.
7 people joined.
7
And
people.
Said hello from me, myself, and Jane.
Okay. Hello, Damien. All right. So we've got some people. That's a good start. That's more than I thought we'd get. No one wants to listen to an old man chat. So I was basically going to start with where I started and how I got to where I am today, which was 1991, Core Magazine. This version here. A sec. It's a bit delayed. Come on.
Keep going.
All right. It was the Core Magazine. A friend of mine, Wayne Grivell, we were basically reading it every week and sending. He was drawing stuff, and we were sending letters in, and we were trying to be involved in this cool new magazine. After a few months of sending them spam and postage and everything every day, we actually grew up the balls to go into their. What are you laughing at? Grew the balls to go up and actually go to their office and see them, and so we met the guys, Stilgarian ACB. And they were the guys running the Core Magazine at the time. They were a couple of lovely guys. One was in media and one was a graphic artist. So I hung out with them heaps. And in the end, I started doing their bookkeeping because that's what I was studying at university. And so I started doing their bookkeeping for free just so I could hang out there and try and understand this music and this scene and all the cool shit that happened in 1991, 1992, early 1992. In the end, so after hanging out with ACB and Stilgarian, I met a lot of other people. 2 people that came around at that time was MPK and Maestro D, Damien and Daniel. So I met Daniel at Core quite often, and one day he's sitting on the floor and he's in their office basically and said, hey, doing a party can't be hard. I'm sure it can be done. It's not impossible. Other people do it. And I said, sounds reasonable, but how? So we started going to shows, and we ended up going to parties during 1991, basically to understand how we could put on shows. Daniel was an aspiring DJ. We wanted to put on events, and we had no idea what we were doing. And one of those shows, we met Maestro D, friends of Daniel's from high school, and basically we went to one of the shows called at Star Club. I think that's right. Daniel played his first live set. Damien did his first MC, and I just spent the whole night on the dance floor, which is where I like to be. And we kind of worked out that, it's possible. I think that was a Paul Hodder show. I can't exactly remember, at Star Club. So for the next year, we started putting together an idea to do a show. So in 1992, we started doing little shows in little clubs and basically lost a lot of money, made a little bit of money, lost a lot of money, made a little bit of money. And in the end, we had a couple of good shows that worked. And we thought, hey, we're not idiots. We can do this. Or just keep making mistakes till we got it right. So what happened then is we decided to do something bigger. And that's when the jail happened. All right, is that the right spot? The jail happened. Adelaide Jail Inquest. We've got a few more business partners. That's when Noddy came on board and Ben Dry. And we basically we put it together this idea. Luckily, we had the support from the guys at Core Magazine, ACB and Stilgarian. They helped us get media press. We basically got Jay Penfold, who was the photographer from the Core, to do the photo shoot for us and do photo shoots of the thing. We did a 2-colour flyer, tried to make it look like it was cool because we couldn't afford 3-colour flyers or full-colour flyers. And we pulled off this party, which was our first big show. I don't think we made any money, or maybe $800. Someone stole the mixer and we had to pay the sound company the $800 profit we made for the mixer that was stolen. But we had a great time, and 1,200 people turned up, or 1,500, I'm not sure. It was a long time ago. That was January 1993. So by that stage, there was 5 of us in Instantaneous Productions. It's not written on here, but that's when Instantaneous Productions was created, which later, you can see the logo there maybe, Instantaneous Productions. That's when there were 4 of us, 5 of us were together doing shows, 4 young kids. I was 1 year older than them. They were 19, they were 18, so we had no idea what we were doing, and people gave us, I don't know, we managed to convince people to let us do something. Luckily, we were basically formed because other older promoters like Paul Hodder and Glenn Morris, basically had let us to seen their big shows, and we basically came along and did this show, which was where we teamed up with them and did a big show. That was our first colour flyer, our first fancy thing, and basically we were all pretty stoked. Again, we got a third of a fifth of a share each, so we might have made $300 each if we were lucky. So it wasn't for the profit, it was for the fun. But IP did very well, and so IP then did Discovery, which we did Fridays at Disco. I don't have a flyer for that. Wednesdays at Disco, and then we had more fun doing that. At that time, the Core magazine wasn't doing very well, and the 2 owners weren't getting along as much anymore, so they decided to close it. But luckily, myself, Ty Lee, and Matt Pierce swooped in, and we got hold of it, or was given it by them. So we basically were gifted the legacy of Core to us, and then we took it for the next 3 years and tried to make it profitable just like they had. They spent about 3 years on it. We spent about 3 years on it. No one made any money out of it, except the printers. But so there was ACB Matt Pierce, who was the editor, and Ty Lee, who was the graphic designer. He did all the ones after the original, after this version, the small one. Ty did all the cores, and so we finally came up with these big ones in the end. I think were our boast ones, where we did a lot more fashion and a lot more things trying to make it cool. They kept going, people wanted them, but it was hard to make money. But it was a good experience.
Doing questions yet?
If you got one.
What happened to your fingers?
The only question people care. My wife bit me. No, I heard it carrying my bicycle box around. It's hopefully we'll be back to normal before I have it chopped off. Yes, so my finger's fine. Thanks, Dave. So basically IP kept going, and I left IP to do the Core. IP kept doing, they did a lot more shows, they did all the early Ultra Wells, they did the old Fortress of Bakes, they did a ton of shows together. Those guys went on and did amazing stuff. I left that and just focused on the Core for the first 6 months or 7 months, trying to turn that into something profitable. We had no idea what we were doing with that either. We'd seen other people do it, but we had a whole new set of problems. One of them not being we didn't know how to do it, and 2, we didn't have money to do it, so we just kept fudging it. Somewhere in there, I met up with, started doing parties with Nathan, DJ Boff. We started Continuous Flow together and did something small, little parties that are a little bit different. So whilst Core was going, we started doing the Smile shows with our Smile logo. Did Labyrinth, and we did Smile, and we did Moose, and we did, I don't know, more. A lot more. Core magazine fell in a hole. I went and worked at a petrol station for a few years because I didn't have any money. I had lots of debt, but we still kept doing the Continuous Flow shows. Nathan and myself. Am I going okay? All right. Yeah. But that led me to the birth, of the conception, the idea. Nathan and I did our first Anthems. This isn't an Anthems, but it's definitely where we started. It's 92, 93. So in 1996, Nathan and I thought that the music from 92 and 93 was way better. So we went and did a show where 1,000 people turned up to hear music from 4 years old, was 3.5 years old, and we filled the room. And that birthed the idea of an old school show for us. So we did that show. We had a secret location. You had to talk to Boff at Central Station Records, and he would tell you where the thing was on the day of the party. That's the only way you could find out. There was no internet. There was no nothing. You had to ask Nathan, who had a shift specifically on that shift before the night we did the show. It was a great show. It went down well. We tried to launch a club night that failed dismally from that, called Hyperspace. And we did a few more other shows together. And then Nathan and I went our separate ways because of a difference of something or other. We're not quite sure. If you ask Nathan, he'll probably tell you. I don't know to this day, but, we're young kids. I think I might have been 23 at the time or something, so young kids do stupid shit. Right. The core went broke. I said that already, but I want to thank Matt Woolard, Paul Elmsley, and Wayne Bull. Without those three people, it would have went broke probably a year earlier or a year and a half earlier. Matt Woolard kept it alive. Paul Elmsley from Sony Music, he basically spent money, and Wayne Bull was our advertising guy, and he convinced a lot of people they needed an ad that they didn't need. He was very good. He kept us alive for a lot longer. So, yeah, that's basically it. So we split, and then I bumped into Megan Clancy, and she got me a job. Well, she got me into the realms of heaven because she was already working there. And what am I looking for? I did my first Anthems show. So I'm going to say this, and if not, Nathan's watching. Nathan did do one of these shows, another one, and I wanted to spite him. Not very friendly, not very nice, because he was using the name and using the ideas, and I wanted to prove that I could do a show. So I came out and did my first Anthems a month after his show, and tried to, prove that I was better. I don't know. I wasn't. We made money. The show was okay. His show was fine. We both knew what we were doing. It was a good time. But I was at Heaven by then, so I had Heaven. So Clubland, Chemistry. I was working with John Morley during that time. We did Heaven. We did the Twice as Nices. And by 2000, that had all kind of finished. 2001, I left Heaven and went on a holiday. No more questions? I'm getting boring. Okay. So whilst I was at Heaven, we did a whole lot of shows, Friday nights, Saturday nights, Sunday nights. With the jackets, everybody was wearing the Anthems jackets. We had Anthems t-shirts. People were buying them from, if you remember Marco in the car park, he was selling jackets and selling t-shirts to people. It was really good fun, and it was good times. Most of the DJs that played at those shows were the older guys who'd been around when I was first starting. So they were the original old crew, the Brendan, the Anguses, Jace, obviously, because he was a Heaven regular. And yeah, it was really old, Phil Hardy and things like that. So it was trying to be old school. But then I went and moved to interstate, and I went for a trip around the world. Went to Thailand for the first time and fell in love with the place. Finally moved back to Adelaide, and basically decided that it's time to do Anthems again after a break of how many years? About 4 years, 3 years, 4 years. So I went to my friend Davin and I said, Dav, what the fuck? We should do these parties. Will anybody come? And he's like, sure, they'll come. People love Anthem shows, something along those lines. So we basically started doing the new Anthems, which was called Anthems Resurrection was the first one. St. Paul's, because that was the big venue at the time. So we did St. Paul's, and we had a whole team of people there. It totally changed from me just doing stuff and Nathan, Davin just doing stuff. It was the team Anthems people. We got people together, we created a community, and that's why this show tomorrow night is going to be a winner, because again, the community of people that we've had over the years have appeared again out of nowhere to help us get it off the ground. Without it wouldn't work. So we did a string of stuff. Trance anthems. We did platinum anthems, playing really old music from 88 onwards. We did On a Harder Tip show, which was a team show where the team did most of the work and sold the tickets, put it together. Like, they really made that one happen. I didn't think it would. I wrote that in one of the posts, if you read it. They were basically saying it's a stupid idea, but they were like, no, it's not. And it wasn't. They were right. So we did a whole lot of Anthem shows. Davin was doing all the radio ads. Davin was getting all the production organised and running the fucking venue. My job was to fill it up and try and find people and motivate the team and have fun with them. it was good fun, and we had a great time. So Anthems really grew, and we had big numbers. We did a couple other shows with all the other guys. So is this getting boring? I don't know. 1.1 and 1, and a few shows where we got together with Daniel and MPK and all the old friends from the old things, with Blake, I think Noddy, with, I don't know who else was involved in those. I really don't. It was a long time ago. But we had some successful shows that actually kind of brought things back together. And we tried to use the jigsaw concept, which was bring the scene back together. That was get all the different promoters together for one show. So we kind of did the same thing again here, bring everybody back together to do some shows together. So everybody was in one place at one time. But that did really well. We kept doing them, we did more. One of the years we did 7, 8 shows before 2000, or 2010, 2009, or whatever. It was so many shows. It was crazy.
Jane wanted to know what your favourite rave event of all time is.
Well, it's hard because your first one you ever went to, because that's Sasha at La Rock's, first international, best rave I've ever been to. Best night? Well, the best nights are the ones I didn't have to do any work. How's that? So if it wasn't working, they made it more fun. I don't know. It was probably the one that you and Damien met at. Sorry, just suck it up. Yeah, so it was good fun. I mean, the show, I enjoyed putting them on, and I enjoy being on the dance floor, so I really don't really care as long as, I'm not doing anything. Well, not working, which is why wouldn't want to be a DJ. They've actually got to do a job. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to do a job on the night. I just got to talk to people. That's not a job. That's like fun. So, where are we up to?
Ali thanks you for the letter and the sticker.
My pleasure. Did you get a good sticker or just a shitty Anthems one? Because we sent some continuous flow stickers to some people, and some people got the Dance Floor Heritage stickers. If you're coming tomorrow night, there's more stickers. Don't worry. We got 5,000 of them, so you might get a few extra tomorrow night to put in your pockets. Just don't stick them on any of the Gluttony venue, because Daniel MPK will be very unhappy with you. And don't tell him we're giving them out. We might get in trouble. More questions? Sorry.
Daniel says hi.
I promise there'll be no stickers. More questions?
Jane asked another one.
Yeah.
From your perspective, what's the best and worst part about putting on events?
The hardest part is about finding a venue and making sure it's going to be good. Like, that's probably the hardest. The best part about it is actually building it and creating it and watching it be birthed, do you know what I mean, and come into fruition. The worst part is Monday just gone until tomorrow at midday, where I have to wait to see how many people believe that it's going to be a good show to sell the tickets. That's for me, that's the hardest part, is the wait. Because the last week you've done everything, and it's just whether you've done it right, or whether the mood's in the right location, or the stars are in your favour, or the weather gods are on your side, or whatever it is, So that's the hardest part, is the waiting on the last week. And most of my shows don't have internationals. All my shows are basically local DJs, local artists, local stuff. So I don't really have to worry about a lot of stresses a lot of the big promoters do when they've always had big overhead artists, and that makes life a little bit easier for me anyway.
Ali said she got a smiley sticker and it made her day, and she can't wait till tomorrow, and I was bummed that I didn't get a sticker. I got a smiley face sticker and it made my day. I can't make it tomorrow, and I was bummed that I didn't get a sticker. I'm not sure if she did or didn't get a sticker.
All right. If you can't come tomorrow, or she can't get the sticker tomorrow, that's maybe the problem. I don't know.
Kylie asks, is it sold out?
Definitely, it's a very big venue. So the venue holds 1,600 people, okay? So that's bigger than Heaven, right? So Heaven's 1,300 person license, maybe 1,400 people would go there. St. Paul's is probably 1,800. So it's about the size as a 3-room venue of St. Paul's. We are not sold out, but we are full. Like, it's going to look great. Like, I've been to GT's house there. I've been to HMC's Late Night Tough Guys show there. It looks good. I mean, Josh's show as well. Sorry, Josh's Good Times. Good Times?
Golden Years.
Golden Years. Sorry, Josh. The Golden Years show there. So when you've got 500 plus people, it looks really good. When you've got 800 people, it's going to be massive. We're looking for a 1,000 person show. So we can fit more people. The good thing is it's only going to have 1,000 people. Like, if it had 1,600, if you went to the Pendulum show last year, you would have seen it was 1,600 people, and it is very, very packed. So it's a little bit uncomfortable when it gets to that size. So I think if we got to 1,200, I'd be very, very happy, and there'd probably be champagne from the stage. But if we get to 1,000, like, it's going to be an amazing night. So if that answers your question, buy a ticket tomorrow. Buy a ticket right now. Get online and buy a ticket.
Maestro D's asked, what's your favourite 90s drink?
A Sambuca and ice? You know, that's still a today drink, Damien. I still drink that every day. Well, I'm not drinking a wine. I'll definitely have a Sambuca on ice if I'm having a spirit. So, yes. So basically what happened with this show and how it came together, that's kind of the end of my story. Oh, well, I moved to Thailand in 2010-ish, a little bit earlier than that, but I was doing shows at the same time. I was only going to go there for a year. Unfortunately, I met my wife. I never left. So we're still there today. We've been married 17. We've been together 17 years. So you'll meet her tomorrow. So when you see her tomorrow, go and say hello. She's got so much social nervousness, so she might run away, but try and say hello. But so basically, we've been coming back to Australia more and more often because, you know, family, and they're getting old. So last visit, I was talking to Jackie J, who has played a few Anthem shows, and as one of the entertainment coordinator for the Hurley complexes. He basically like, come and do an Anthems at Aqaba. And I'm like, sounds great. I don't own Anthems anymore. Daniel, MPK, he was the custodian of Anthems from when I moved away until today. He did a lot of shows while I was overseas. So he was looking after it and managed it, and with the help of Chad Devious. So they basically did a whole lot of Anthem shows, and they did a few other ones with international acts. They did a Snap one. They did a few other ones as well. Do you know what I mean? Outside of what I would normally do, but they kept the brand alive for all that time. But it hasn't been used since 2019, when pre-COVID. Anyway, Jackie said, come to the Aqaba, do a show. I said, that sounds like a good idea. I'll go talk to Daniel because, you know, he's in charge of it. And then someone pointed out to me that Brendan probably won't be very happy if I did a show at the Aqaba. So we decided not to do a show at the Aqaba. Daniel said, all you ravers are old. They'll enjoy an outdoor show. He basically touted Pendulum and how well it went, and said that people want to go and do these things. So we decided to give the Fringe a go. Am I making sense?
Jane actually asked, how different was it doing a Fringe show?
It's been very different. It's the hardest sell for us is not knowing what our customers want. Now that our customers are, say, most of the people that follow us are 45 to 55. It goes down to year 40 to 60, but, you know, so we don't know exactly what they want to do. So the Fringe show is actually easier to run, but it's harder to convince people to go to. So we've been working very hard to try and explain to people what the Fringe show is like and why you should go and why it's different, but why it's better at the same time. It is outdoors. You do have a big dance floor. The whole thing is a dance floor. There is a bar. It's got atmosphere. The room is amazing. The feeling is amazing inside that space. But yeah, it's different. It's definitely different to a nightclub. But if you like picnics and you like going outdoors, or you like outdoor concerts or any of that kind of stuff, I feel like it's a great alternative. I'm not a big fan of nightclubs anymore. I've only been out probably one time a year for the last 10 years. Would that be a pretty safe bet, you know? Yeah. So Daniel convinced me to try out an Anthems at Gluttony, he'd already plastered me with got me in there to see some other shows, so it wasn't a very hard sell, and I thought we could give it a go. And that way, this show, I thought, well, hey, what are we going to do? We've only got 2.5 hours. Who do we use? Definitely didn't ask Nathan or Josh. I started asking other people, and they said no. So I asked Andy J, because he was a mainstay at all our shows, and he said he can't because he's got what's the show he's got on? His company's doing WOME Adelaide, so all his staff are working, he's working, they're all WOME Adelaiding. He's like, I can't do it, I'd love to do it, but I cannot. Great cover, Andy, even if you didn't want to do it, but no, Danny's been heaps of help actually. He's given me a lot of support through this. Second person I called was John Morley, because he worked with Heaven so many years. He also wasn't able to do it, which is fine, but he's also given me a lot of support. But everybody gave me some recommendations, and Josh and Boff were the two that I fell to. Obviously, Boff I knew for years, and we had a great working relationship for a long time, and he's very amenable, so that worked really well. Can be a pain in the ass, but, you know, what do you get? And Josh was a mainstay. Once the early Anthems, Josh didn't do many shows, but once we got to St. Paul's and the later on, Josh played most of our shows, and she played more than I remembered actually, because afterwards I thought, oh, Josh, how many she played, and I was looking at all the flyers, and I started pulling out like how often she played, and it was a lot. So I thought, so it's a perfect match. So I rang Josh, and honestly, out of all the people, she's been super supportive and giving me lots of advice, because I've been out of the scene and out of doing shows for 15 years, and she's just giving me feedback and giving me stuff about the shows she put on. Very honest and very genuine, amazing support. So basically, I kind of got the team back together. We've got Davin, we've got Daniel, we've got Damien, obviously, Maestro D. We've got freaking, who are the other ones? Josh.
He mentioned bar 3, by the way.
Bar 3. Who mentions bar 3? Damien. What's bar 3?
Illusions at bar 3.
I saw some people post some pictures of illusion canisters in our Facebook feed, like the old canisters, but I'm not even sure what's in an illusion, mate.
Nissa's asked a question.
Nissa. Hi, Nissa.
Can you just raise your glass?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Cheers.
She asked, have you been drinking?
No, not at all. Not at all. I had one warm-up drink and this drink here. So I don't drink anymore. Totally sober. No, but it's been good. This show's come together very easily, and everybody's been super supportive. And honestly, the team, I contacted everybody I knew and basically pleaded with them, saying, it's been 15 years, I haven't done a show. Can you support me? Can you help me? Can you do anything? Give me some advice. And everybody I've spoken to has basically said, yeah, I'd love to help. And that's been amazing. So a lot of old team members, thanks Nissa and other people like that. Old friends have definitely been pushed it. Even my lazy old friends have done some stuff. It's been great. And a lot of the people that have couldn't do the show, like Jono's been super supportive and helpful with tips and tricks about the new world and what it's like doing all this digital crap. Because it's totally different to the flyer and poster and the things we used to do. None of it's the same,
Jules asked, when is it?
Julian? Which Jules is this?
Jules Dango.
Really? You can't come? No, it's tomorrow night. Haven't I said that already? It's coming. And the good part, Jules, is there'll be no more Anthems adverts or spam for at least a month. All right, buddy? No. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m, we're going to be doing the thing. It's going to be... we're starting with Scotty Holder. I didn't mention Scotty at all. Scotty used to work for me all the time. Sorry, Scotty. He's probably not watching. He's at work right now. So we're starting at 8 o'clock. No banging. We're starting at 8 o'clock at the kiosk. So it's outdoors. It's in Gluttony. There's no age restriction. Anybody can come. You don't need a ticket. There's 2.5 hours of 88 to 92 music, all the stuff you'd know, classic tracks, fun stuff that's a little bit too slow to play at later in the night, and it's just going to be pretty mellow. There's a bar there, you can feed a duck, try and catch a duck, you can do whatever you want with the ducks. I'm not sure that's true, but there's food there, so if you get there a little bit earlier after work and don't want to go home, you can get pizzas and restaurant food, or you can just drink beers and get silly or do whatever you want. And so Scotty's playing the first 2 hours. Kind of reminisce of the first 2 hours of Heaven when I was working there. Scotty was always the first hour and a half, 2 hour guy. So he's basically pulling that off. He's going to warm you right up, play some tracks. At 10 o'clock, we shuffle everybody across, 50 metres, 80 metres, I don't know from where it is, up to the main stage, where he's going to leave you with some tracks, and that's going to lead straight into, I want to think it's Josh, but it could be Boff. Boff's in charge of the music in the top room, so if it's all fucked, you blame Boff, all right? No, it's not true. But Boff and Josh have worked out the set. So they're going to be playing kind of some smaller sets each. Next one, Boff, then Josh, then Boff, then Josh. And in the end, they're going to do 2 for 2s. Definitely housey, definitely fun stuff, definitely happy rave, and then a little bit of trancey stuff. For anybody that really, really wants really, really hard, I'm going to tell you right now, we're not going to have really, really hard. I'm sorry about that, but the apartment building behind where Gluttony is, we piss them off, Gluttony gets shut down and we lose a massive venue that does a massive thing for South Australia. So we have to make sure that's looked after. You will enjoy all the songs, but we won't be going crazy hard. So we're not doing Leighton, H-Bomb, nothing like that. But maybe later in the year we'll find something for you. Who knows? Yeah, that's it. 92, 93, birth of Anthems. Cassette tape, Anthems cassette tapes. If you had one of those, you're pretty cool, or I thought you were anyway. But now it's all QR codes and electronic tickets that suck, let me tell you.
Lusty Justy said...
Justin Carey!
he said, good luck with the old mate. Have a great night.
You're not coming? Why did I send you a ticket, you bastard?
Yeah, I was going to say...
What the hell? All right, okay, fair enough. I know you're old and your old bones can't do it anymore, mate. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. If anybody else has got a question, super happy to answer anything. If you're sick of hearing me talking, tomorrow night, 8 p.m, the kiosk, 10:15, the thing, the fantail. Go and spend some money from Gluttony. It's South Australian. It's Daniel and his business partner run that. MPK, go and support him and their enterprise. He's done an amazing thing. If you haven't ever been into Gluttony, I don't know if you have. I hadn't until 2 years ago. It's definitely great to wander around, and it's definitely a great atmosphere. So it's just a good time to spend there. It's all right. For some people, it's not cheap. I understand, but it's definitely got a vibe. We're licensed inside the ticket area, so yeah, you can get beers and other things. No cash, cards only. That's for you, Daniel. And all the water comes in recycled containers. They fell up in the toilets. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. Is that it? Is that enough? Do I need anything else? Anybody? Joe Sloan, question. I'm never going to see you again, Joe. You're banned from being my friend. No, we're going to come to Queensland. Nat's been saying she wants to go to Queensland. So once you get past this hurricane, tornado? Cyclone. Yeah, we'll come visit next year, buddy. Or you come down to Adelaide. I heard you might be moving back. That'd be great. See, all these people that can't come, I'm very sad. This is why you shouldn't have had children. I mean, no. If you have children, though, the Gluttony thing, the 8 o'clock thing, they're welcome. And they can come around and, there's stuff to do. So,
and it's free entry into Gluttony as well.
Yeah, so there's no cost. So even if you don't want to come to the Anthems show, come and hang out and talk to some people. Just come and be social. The whole idea of the first part was a social night. So people can actually meet people. Like, we're 50, I'm 50, some of you are 40. Like, there's isolation now, and people, losing friends and, not in contact with people that they used to be. So make new friends. Catch up with old friends. That's it. I'm done, I think. Is that long enough? How long have we been? Anybody?
More questions.
Question, Jane. No, I haven't cycled while I've been here. Nat and I are flying to Taiwan after we leave Australia, and we're going to go for a bike trip around Taiwan, do a loop, 1,000-kilometre bike ride around Taiwan. Nat doesn't know this yet, so don't tell her tomorrow.
Jane also asked if Nat was going to be front and centre on the dance floor.
Well, she said she would be, but she might need some moral support. She's wearing her dancing shoes, yeah? But I'm hoping to see everybody on the dance floor. I mean, that's where we'll be. You'll see me on the dance floor. I'm hoping to get Boff down off the stage and come for a bit of a boogie. I'm hoping Josh will come down off the stage and a bit of boogie. Damien, you're going to come down and boogie. We have got, or should I tell them about any of the giveaways tomorrow or not? So, obviously people have been dressing up with the, there's candy things and stuff, and gators. People have been talking about it in the Facebook group. Thanks for Davin for starting that. There'll be a whole lot of furry people there. But we did dig out some from glow sticks from 1998. I'm not sure if they're still going to work, but we're going to try them out. And there's some other surprises to try and keep everybody excited and make them some fun. And I also didn't mention Julian. MC Jules is coming as well. He's a great MC. I really like him. He was the first MC I rang. No, Damien, you were the first I rang. Sorry, buddy.
You tell each of them.
No, the first. 100%.
Get your story right.
Right. I'm not a very good liar, haven't you noticed? But so Damien will be able to come down and have a boogie on the dance floor, and Jules will be able to come and have a boogie on the dance floor, and Josh will come and have a boogie on the dance floor. It's supposed to be everybody's supposed to have a bit of fun. Do you know what I mean? No one has to be there to do too much work. That's the plan. That's 34 minutes. It feels like about 34 hours. Yes. What else have we got?
You want to say something about
Giveaways. Oh, giveaways. Yeah, fluoro sticks, Chupa Chups. That's it for the moment. And a special surprise.
And not 1,000 stickers.
And not, a million stickers, yeah. We've got stickers for everybody and their dog. So, yeah.
Any recording of tomorrow night show?
It's going to be recorded. It will not be live. We will be doing some stuff with it afterwards. We've got video camera guys coming to film some video work. We've got photographers coming to show photos, and we're doing the audio recording. So we'll do something with that in the future. But we're hoping that this show, we want people to come in and feel it and remember what it's like to actually be out with friends and family. So we decided not to record it for that reason. Like, come down and be with us and feel the emotion attached to it, which is the bit that we all loved. And I know some people can't make it because of family and kids and life and distance and all the other shit that's in the world, but nothing can replace being there with the people that you remember, you know? So that's what we're aiming for.
Kylie asked, are you going to wear that shirt?
Do you want me to? I've got a louder one. I've got an even louder shirt I can wear tomorrow. I don't know. It's back in the room, yeah. This is my cycling t-shirt. It's quick dry. It's very good.
Stop saying stuff.
It's from Colombia. Wherever the thing is. I don't know how you do the thing, but you know. We're all older. We've all got bad knees. We've all got grey hair. We're all, not the same as we were. So I'm kind of excited to see people. If I don't recognise you, I'm sorry. Do you know what I mean?
Jane wants to know if you're going to do an Anthems, like I keep suggesting, in Thailand.
In Thailand? Well, we did do an Anthems event in Thailand where we took 20 people from Australia and we went to the full moon party and we did a show there. So we actually did that twice when we did that. But
and you said your wedding counted as one as well.
Yeah, but it did. It was as an Anthems. What? We had DJ Relax playing, naked men running up and down the beach. It was the perfect night.
I didn't even know.
No, but we could do an Anthem show in Thailand or a get together with 20 like-minded people that want a holiday. That could definitely work. My wife runs a tour company, so she knows things. Full moon anthems, exactly. That's what we did. We literally did that.
Kelly asked if we can do an all-ages show next year.
Good point. So the Gluttony, the Fantail is after midnight is licensed, and they don't do any shows in there after midnight. They finish after midnight, and so this show couldn't be. But when we go and renegotiate and talk about next year with Daniel and work out what we want to do, I think we'll try. I've had a lot of people contact us about bringing older kids and kids who are like, I don't know, 15, 12, 13, 14, 15 plus that want to come. So it would be good to do something. We might have to make the show earlier in the night. I'm not sure if we can get that slot. I'm not sure if they'll give us that slot. If you all come and spend a lot of money at the bar, the answer is probably yes. If you all come and spend no money at the bar, the answer is probably no. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, maybe something. 100%. Come ride a bike in Thailand. Yeah. I'll come to Thailand, but I ain't riding a bike. Dude, I can't even imagine you getting on a bike. What? But no, come to Thailand. You've all been invited to come to Thailand. Everybody that knows me has always been invited. And only Davin's the only person that's ever visited me except for my wedding when a few other good friends came, which was a long time ago now. How many years? 13 years ago?
Too long.
Yeah, too long. So Anthems was basically just an idea to have some fun with old music and bring some nostalgia. I don't know what we can do better next year, but after this show, hopefully people give us ideas of what sucked and what we could make better. But come along, give us your input, dance, and then next year we'll try and make it better again. I mean, I know this year there'll be no dancers on stage. I talked to Christina from Hyperdance, and we discussed it a lot. But we thought we'll save it for next year when we know what's going on. This year we didn't know what would happen, so I expect Christina to be there tomorrow on the dance floor, doing the same moves that she's going to do on the stage, but just on the dance floor. I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people front and centre, so it's going to be hard to fit in, but it should be fun. There's plenty of seating. I said someone here would like a couch. Well, I haven't got any couches, but if you haven't been to Fantail before, there's bleacher seating at the back, which stays there all the time, probably a couple hundred seats in the bleachers. So you can actually sit up high and see the stage and see the dance floor, just kind of like heaven kind of feel. And there is some closer seating as well around the edges of people who just need a break from their sore ass or sore legs or whatever. I mean, when I was there with Josh's show, I was dancing and then I'd go and sit down for 5 minutes and then go and dance and sit down for 5 minutes and buy a beer. So there's plenty of places to sit and relax. You can hide in the corner and no one can see you if you don't want to be seen. But if you want to be on the dance floor, it's huge. You can get lost in that too.
So I'm not sure what it really
Dav and Paul on stage.
Yeah.
That's not some sort of sex act, I hope. Dav will be on stage for sure. He's doing photo work for us, so he's going to take some massive crowd photos. And Paul on stage, it's probably never going to happen. Boff has threatened he's going to throw me over his shoulder and carry me on stage, but he's got a funny knee. He just had an operation, so I think I'm safe, actually. We'll see. We have got photographers coming, so there's 3 photographers and 3 video people, and we definitely want to try and catch some excitement, because the video that we did from the St. Paul's show, everybody loved, and if we can catch some for this show, hopefully it would help next year, do you know what I mean? Maybe I'll get on stage. My mum and dad are going to come, if you want to meet them. And my brother, if you want to meet him. And my auntie and my cousin. So yeah, they're all coming. My in-laws, no, they're too far away. Oh, all right. I feel like I've talked a lot. I think that whole first part, great waffle. Matt said to me, you need to waffle for the first 20 minutes so the people will turn up. I'm like, all right, well, I had a lot of waffle. So, Stilgarian, ACB, Jay Penfold, all cool people. Matt Pierce, Taiwan Lee, Wayne Bull, Paul Elmsley, Matt Woolard. All these people probably won't come because they're too old and too lazy. So if you do turn up, I'll buy you a drink. How does that sound? Anything else? I think we're done.
Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow, 8 p.m, kiosk. Don't be late. Done.